traders, Mike Mahapi here. Today is 13th of July 2019. Market is closed. It's Saturday. Let's take a look at what happened during the past week. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and click on the bell icon so you will get notified as soon as I publish a video. I'm trying to publish many videos during the week and analyze the market, so it's a very good way of staying ahead of the curve. So let's take a look. This is the first pair, USD-CHF. As you can see, market has been in a downtrend for a while, for the past probably 3 months. Let's zoom out a little bit. As you can see, we had very big fluctuations. We have these higher lows, 1, 2, 3, and 4 here, and finally it broke down. And when we had this breakdown here, it started to make the lower lows and market is closing down. So as you can see, we have the lower highs and lower lows. So the market is in a downtrend. It broke the major resistance, major trend line, and it's going down. What we have at the moment is a kind of a downtrend that is trying to go back up, but it can't, For the past probably 2 weeks, again had this uptrend, but it broke during the past Friday and Thursday. It tried to go back up. I had a trade with this pin bar, but just took my stop and I'm out. So this last Friday movement, the candle shows that the market is going down and still the sellers are in power. So if you can get a good signal here, maybe it makes a higher low here and the market goes back up. So if this is the case, that's the low, another low, and if it makes another low here, so you know that the market's gonna go up. So don't trade. But if you have a trade and you put a tight stop here, maybe above this candle here, so the market goes down, and if it goes down, it goes lower than, it's gonna go lower than this low. So it's gonna be good to put your target in this area, but put a very tight stop loss here. So the next pair, USD CAD. See, all these 4 major pairs that have USD as the main asset are almost in the same trend. So for the past 2 months, this USD CAD has been downtrending as well. So if I zoom out, you can see the same kind of setup. If I put a line here, that's the same as the USD CHF, and it's going down, but with a little bit of difference that these lower lows and higher and lower highs are kind of more distinct in the USD CHF, but in the USD CAD you don't see that much. But the market broke this kind of a retracement back up, and then it crashed again and it's going down. It almost closed on the lower than the previous low. So we know that the market is kind of in a downtrend. It's still very strong. Do not get a buy position. USD JPY did something like a USD CHF. As you can see, we have a down, another higher low, but market couldn't keep up. So this line here, draw a line, that's easy. So this uptrend, kind of a retracement back up, it couldn't hold, and the market broke this line again downward and still during the downtrend. So you could get a very good signal here as well. I have this USD Singapore dollar as well, but I don't trade it much. So just take a look. As you can see, it's not like the other one. Singapore dollar reacts differently to the market, but still is in downtrend, and the market couldn't go up. This last pin bar shows that the seller pushed the price down, and they're still in power, so the market couldn't break these 2 moving averages. So these 4 are the USD pairs that I normally trade. So they were almost the same, and there is no buy position at the moment. We go to the Euro pair. First one is Euro USD. As you can see, it's been fluctuating for a long time. We had this kind of a channel here. Almost, we can draw it like that, with a little ups and downs, more than normal. So this is the channel that we have. It tried to break through this during the past probably 3 weeks ago, and it did, but it couldn't hold and came back down again. But the good thing is that it's turning the direction. So you see this level, all these lows are going lower, but suddenly just like it's gonna stop and turn into another direction and going up. That's what we see. We have these higher lows and the market is changing direction. So it shows that the US dollar is getting weaker, so Euro USD is going up. And the Euro probably gets stronger. We will see this in the next pairs, if the Euro is the reason or the US dollar. So at the moment we have an uptrend confirmed because we have a higher highs, higher lows, and we have an uptrend. You can, if the market breaks, the price breaks this resistance here, this trend line and this moving average in the next probably Monday or Tuesday, you can get a very good signal like the previous move, 2-3 days tops, and you can get out with a very good profit. Maybe if you get a trade like here and go up about 100-150 pips, you can get a good profit. That's twice the ATR. ATR is 47 pips up here, and twice the ATR is a good target. Euro GBP. So if this pair is falling and the Euro USD is going up, that means that the GBP is getting stronger and the US dollar getting weaker. So Euro is not the reason. And I had a position on top here when the market was going up. I had another position because of these 2-3 pin bars here, and I added to that when this formation of candle happens. I normally get a trade. You see this big. The 3 candles normally are the sign that the market's gonna go down. And I had a position up there and then another position probably roughly around there. So I'm in profit now, and if market goes lower than these 2 lows, probably around this area, I'm gonna take a profit. That's enough. So you can do that as well. So just if your system generates a signal around here, you can get a very good return. But the market is in a very strong uptrend. Okay, this is a very early signal. Probably it's more wise than to stay until the market just closes under this 21 moving average, comes back up, retraces back to the moving average, and then crashes again. That's where you can get a very good signal. In the long run, you can see that the market has been fluctuating for a long time, and suddenly the moves got bigger and bigger. So what we have is kind of a little bit of downtrend, like this one going down. So you can see that the market is almost at the top. My first target is around this line. As you can see, we have a very strong, it traces back to this signal. Probably one there, another one, the third one, and a little bit up here. So the market closes below this moving average, the 21. I'm hoping that it goes up to this support line here. So it's a good signal if you can get one after the market closes below this 21 moving average. Euro AUD, this is kind of a little bit different than the Euro GBP. AUD is acts differently. The market already closed below the moving average, below the 21 moving average. We traced back up. You can see we had this breakthrough. We traced back up. We had this pin bar, and the market crashed again. That's what I was saying when we were in the Euro GBP. So wait until the market goes down, comes back up, touches the moving average, and if you get a good signal here, you can start to enter into the market. So draw these small resistance lines. Whenever it breaks, you can enter. So this candle shows a very good entry, or maybe this pin bar here, you could enter there as well. So at the moment, we have this kind of a head and shoulder pattern here. Let me draw this. You can see this head and shoulder, right? It's the second shoulder is kind of a small, so we were expecting to have a bigger one. Takes longer time, but if it breaks this neckline, we will have, let's say, 220 pips. So if it breaks this neckline, you have a 220 pips, which is almost at this resistance level. So this support line shows the next target if the market closes below this neckline. So just have it in your list. If the market does it, just get into the market. The next pair, EuroCAD. EuroCAD was fluctuating for a while and broke all the major support levels. We had one big level, another one before probably 2018, end of 2018, and it broke all of them. At the moment, market retraced back to this main resistance level. It's about the 8-month level, and it's going down. But these long wicks show that the buyers are trying to get into the power, but the push of this price down, the sellers that pushed it down during the past 2-3 weeks is so strong that they cannot get hold of it. So at the moment, market is in sell position, so going down. It's a bear market. Do not get a buy position if you don't have any signal. There is no higher low or higher high or anything. So in EuroCAD, we wait until we get a good sell signal. We could get one after this pin bar formed. Maybe you wait until Monday or Tuesday to see what happens. If the market keeps going down, you can get in and maybe a small position. The ATR is 63 pips, the 10 ATR 10, and probably about 100 pips profit is enough. Go to Euro JPY. This one is a little bit tricky. As you can see, we have the higher lows, but the higher high is not that much clear, and we have this lower high, the last one, and the market couldn't hold up. So what we see at the moment, triangle. So it's a flag or a wedge, as we call it. And this triangle, what happens is the market breaks the lower line, it's gonna move this distance. So measure this distance and the market, that's your target. Let's see how much it is. So this target is 316. So if this breaks, you have a 360 or 300. Almost, you can see this big pin bar here. You can have a trade almost down here. So that's a good target if the market breaks this resistance line at the bottom. I have this channel, as you can see. That's not the channel. We have this channel here. But the market moved a little bit lower than that, and it closed below the channel line. As you can see, market is very choppy at the moment. Tried to push back up into the channel, it couldn't, and it closed very lower than that. So we are in the bearish market. We have these lower lows, lower highs, and the market's gonna go probably lower than that. It's been going down for about 2-3 months at the moment, so I'm expecting that the markets are gonna run out of steam and it can't hold up this move downward. That's why we have this very choppy fluctuations here. So the market's trying to turn the direction and go back up. It's not wise to get a position at the moment, but if the market is Monday or Tuesday closes below this line, which is the lower low of the previous 3 weeks, you can get a position, but very small tight target and stop loss. Euro New Zealand, this one was very good. It's like a Euro AUD, so AUD and New Zealand dollar are moving the same, almost in this pair. So we had this low, the high, as you can see. Now we have a lower high, and market just made one low. So we can't say that it exactly in the downtrend, but the market has been started to go down. We have the positions, we have the price making these big candles. As you can see, we have this big pin bar here. The market broke this small retracement resistance here, and it's going down. So the market has 3 straight bearish candles, and you can see that probably in the next week it's going to close below this low, and we're going to have a very good trend. So my experience is that whenever the first time the market retraces back up, touches the moving average and goes down, it's the best time to get a good profit. It's in the middle of a trend, it's not the start and it's not the end. So in the start you have the problem that the trend might not be confirmed, so it's going to go back in the previous direction. And in the last section, the market maybe just runs out of steam and cannot hold that momentum. But at the moment, in the second direction, in the second part of this trend, the market has very strong momentum, and it's going to probably move even more than this, the first one, which is about 450 pips. You can get a 200 to 300 profit probably out of this trade in the next 2 weeks. And this one, that Euro SGD, is still in the early moves like a Euro New Zealand dollar. As you can see, market moved back up, touched this moving average, but it stopped there. But the problem with this one is that the New Zealand dollar, they try to make it weaker than the weaker than the other currencies. So you can't expect to see the Singapore dollar and New Zealand dollar pair to act like the other ones. So be careful about this pair. It's been choppy. It's making the lower highs, as you can see on top. Maybe this one is another lower high, and it's making lower lows. So the market is making this channel at the moment. How long it's gonna go, I don't know. Maybe if it moves very good, maybe it's about, as you can see here, market is trying to move back up, but it couldn't. It's gonna hold. So the lower that it can go is this support level at the bottom in 1.5163. I expect that the market moves to that direction. So you can get a signal, but this is very choppy, so be careful about it. It's gonna hit your stop loss. As you can see, it has very big wicks. The market is just moving in a very exciting manner. Now we have this, all the euro pairs, and all of them were kind of in a downtrend. We go to the British pound pairs. GBP is the first one that we look at. I had this the Fibonacci of the weekly candle. You can see it here clearly. You take the top to the bottom and you draw this Fibonacci retracement. The market touched the 50% of the pin bar and it's trying to just go back up, but couldn't hold in the past 2 days. If you don't have any clear signal, don't enter this one. It's just in a strong downtrend, and you can't enter in the middle of a trend. You don't have any signal. So if you had the signal, just make your tight stop loss. If you didn't have any, you can't enter. Just stay aside and watch what happens in this pair. You don't have much, but if you do, you can see in the daily trend that the market is trying to slow down. It's going to lower lows. I'm still making lower lows, but the distance between the high and low are getting lower and smaller. So the market is trying to push back up again around this 38.2 up to 61.8 of retracement, the Fibonacci retracement. The market is trying to change direction in this zone. The GBP USD is kind of the same but more clear movement. As you can see, we had this pin bar here, and the market moved down, touched the almost 38.2% of the pin bar, and it's going up. So if you trade in a H4 4-hour chart, you could get very beautiful trades, and it's a very good trend in the 4-hour chart. But in a daily chart, you can't get much trade. If you draw these small resistance lines, as you can see, these trend lines, and the market crashes down, and you draw another one, and the market pushes back up. If you have this kind of strategy, yeah, you could get a good signal. But if you don't have it, just stay away. This is a very choppy market. As you can see now, the market broke this resistance line and it's going up. Probably it's gonna go up for the next week. I expect that the market makes another high, but the high is not gonna be as high as the previous high, but the low is gonna be probably almost close to the second previous low here. So what we see at the moment are the lows that are getting closer. So this second previous low, market goes up probably and comes back down. And if it starts to move upward and an uptrend starts, probably you will see almost in this zone kind of a very good entry for the up move that is going to be started. But if it doesn't, the market crashes down, you can get another good signal in the downward direction. GBP AUD. This one was very choppy, but now it's making very good moves. As you can see, the choppiness was around this area in the probably 3-4 months ago, March. But it finished and the market is making very good moves. So every time it goes up, stays there a little bit, and you can draw these small resistance lines for the retracement, and the market moves. Whenever it breaks in this candle, you can see it here. You can see in this candle, that's the signal that you could get, and the market just crashes down. Again, you can draw another small resistance line here, and this candle here crashed, and you could get a very good signal here. Probably still time you on Monday morning when the market opens, just wait to see what the market does for the first day, and then you can get a very good signal. Go to the GBP New Zealand. This is the same again. As you can see, as I said, Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar move kind of in the same manner. You have this downtrend. They're making a very good channel. It's a very beautiful parallel channel they're making. So again, the same as the previous one, you can draw this small resistance line, and whenever it breaks, you enter. You have this pin bar here, kind of a pin bar, has a little bit of big lower wick, but you can consider it as a push upward in the middle of these two moving averages, but it couldn't hold and it broke and it's going down. But the size of these, the past two candles in the Friday and Thursday shows that the market, the buyers and sellers are getting into kind of a agreement that the move is not that strong. So we have to wait on the next week to see if we can get another signal here. But the retracement up to this moving averages level, the zone between these two moving averages, was not that long. It just took like 2 days to go up, and that when the retracement doesn't take that long, the movement in the other direction is not going to be that strong. As you can see in the previous time, the market took about 2 weeks from here to the other one, well, about 2 weeks to make this retracement here, and whenever these 2 weeks breaks, and we have another like a 5 to 10 days move. So as you can see, we had this like a 8 days exactly, like this market crashed. But the current one, this retracement was about 2 days, and we can't get that much signal. So just wait to see if you can have, when the market is moving between these two levels, you just wait to see what it does. If the market breaks below this resistance down here, you can get a signal. If it breaks above this one, so the market trend has changed, and you have to see if it can break out of this channel here. So that channel is kind of the top for us. The bottom of this support line is another signal for us that the market's gonna go into the previous direction. But between these two lines in this zone, you're gonna be chopped out. So just stay away from this pair. It's not very good to get a trade in this pair. GBP CAD. This one is a very beautiful downtrend. You could have a very good signal here. The retracement were very good as well. So as you can see, this is the retracement that we had once, and the small ones are not very good to get a signal. So far, if you had a trend up there, so probably you should have kept it so far, or it hit your target very beautifully. Zoom out to see what happened. As you can see, the market just is way below the 1 year zone, the resistance here. If you draw a support line here, you can see the market in the past 2 weeks has been trading below this long-term resistance, and I don't think it's gonna hold this much, but we don't have a clear signal of the change of direction. So just stay away from this pair as well. There's no signal at the moment. If you trade the lower time frames, you can see that the market is kind of flat for the past 3-4 weeks, and there's nothing's happening. I don't trade lower than the H4, so I can't get any signal in the daily or H4 time frame. GBP CHF, it's the same thing. It's the market is running out of steam and is going flat for the past 2 weeks. We have a low of the market at this time. The market came back down, touched this, so we have a kind of a double bottom, but it's not the double bottom that we can get into the trade. It just shows that the market is running out of steam. So for the clear signal, if it breaks this resistance line here and closes below this line, we can get a signal low, a sell signal. But if it doesn't and it just fluctuates, it's gonna take your stop loss. So be careful. Again, GBP SGD is the same. I don't trade this much, but we had a very good move in the past 3 days. The move started on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Finally, just closed above the 21 moving average. So it's in the zone between these two moving averages. I don't take a trade whenever the price is in this zone. It's kind of dangerous. The market doesn't know what it's doing. It's crazy, and you will be chopped out. Wait until there is this small resistance line here below these candles. If the market closes below this line, just get a sell position. If the market doesn't, just stay away. If you have a clear pin bar, like we have, not a pin bar, but these two bars here, this one and these two green ones here. If you have something like this, you can get a very good signal, and target's gonna be about 190 pips. The ATR is 87 pips, so you can get twice the ATR as your target, but just wait for the next, maybe the first, second day, Monday, Tuesday, to see what happens in the market. The GBP pairs done, and we come to the Australian dollar pairs. This one is very beautiful. I had some trades and I had a very good target, and I took my target in the previous 2 weeks. In this move, we have this channel working. If you zoom out more, you can see that it's a very strong channel going on for probably mid 2018. So it's been going on for about a year, and the market It's fluctuating between these two lines. At the moment, we have this higher low and the higher high. So the market is kind of coming down and going up, but the top probably gonna be again this channel line here. It's very strong. It's been holding on for a long time. So the market wants to break through these lines and need a probably very strong power to go up. But the move in the past 3 days has been very strong. If I zoom in, you'll see that the past 3 candles has been very big candles. We don't have any kind of a wick. The candles are forming very beautiful. So I guess that the market's gonna go and make another high close to this channel line. So if you had a trade, keep it maybe for another 2-3 days at the end of next week. But if you don't have any trade, you don't have any signal at the moment here, you can't get any signal. The other one, AUD CAD, as you can see, we have again the same direction. Australian dollar is just getting stronger. Maybe Canada is getting weaker. So we have the same. We have a channel here. So as you can see, market is kind of slowing down. These lows, the distance between these lows are getting smaller and smaller. So the markets try to slow down and turn and go up, but we need a clear signal to close above this moving average here in this area or this channel line. If we don't have these signals, we can't be sure that the market has changed the direction. And if the market doesn't make a higher high, we can't get a good signal. So market should go up, make a higher high around this area, come back down and make another low, a higher low. Let me clear this up. So we expect that the market goes up, makes another high above this level, and then it comes down. It must make a higher low. Then if it keeps going up, we can get a signal in the third move. Not now. At the moment, we don't have any clear signal. AUD JPY, it's been doing the same, but this one kind of moved above the moving average, and it shows that the market is in an uptrend. So this is what we said about the Australian dollar and the AUD CAD. As you can see, we have these lower lows, but finally market made a higher low and higher high, and it's kind of stuck above. So after it breaks out of this channel, maybe Monday, Tuesday, you can get a good signal. You can say that it's a kind of a head and shoulder, but not a very clear one. If it does, this is the neckline, so you will have a very small trade here, and the target for your trade is going to be about 135 pips. So that's about 3 times of the ATR if the market breaks above the channel and this resistance line here. But if not, probably you should wait. This is the resistance that we have at the moment. If it closes above this resistance line, it's a good signal and you can get in on another 150 pips profit. AUDCHF, this is the same. This is line. Zoom out, you will see we have a very big pin bar which is formed at the beginning of this year, and it came back down, touched the, I think 50% of this pin bar, even more. It goes, yeah, it touched the 38.2, but the market is making higher low at the moment. Zoom in again. As you can see, market moved down, made this shoulder, move up, and another shoulder. So that's what we expect to see again in the AUD pair. And that's the neckline. If the market closes above this neckline, you can get a very good signal. And if you draw a horizontal resistance line here as well, on top of this, that's the same thing kind of as that neckline. So if the market closes above this resistance line and has the enough power to break this line, you can get into the market and have a probably about 140 pips profit. So the ATR is 46 pips. That's about 3 times of the ATR. Very good target, and you must have your stop loss somewhere maybe below this line or in the middle of this candle. So that's another 60 pips. That's like a reward to risk of 2 to 1. It's good, not bad. AUD New Zealand. So all the AUD pairs, because the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar move almost in the same direction, these two governments are, their policies are almost the same. So when they hit each other in this pair, it's kind of choppy at the moment. They try to lower the interest rate in Australia. I think it's about a 0.75 basis point. And the New Zealand is doing as well. The market's going down. The economy is going down in Australia and New Zealand. So when this pair is kind of choppy at the moment, doesn't have any direction. Because both of these countries are doing kind of the same thing. So they're just kind of fighting. So we have these big wicks, these pin bars. So it's going to take any kind of a stop loss that you put. Doesn't matter how far you go, you can't get a very clear signal. But in the lower time frame, H4, or if you trade H1, you can go lower than that. You can see we have these small trends. And whenever they break the resistance line, we have a very good trade. So if you draw this resistance line, it breaks, you have a good trade. You draw another one, this big candle here, have another trade, but you can see that this big candle, this big wick is gonna take any stop that you put there. Again, we have this big pin bar here. So this big pin bar, and these two are very dangerous. But at the moment, it's going up and it broke the trend line that it had before. So the market closed above this 21 moving average, and it shows that the market is trying to change the direction. But how far it's gonna go, these moves are very good in H4, and you can get very good signals. So if it keeps going up, probably you're gonna have about 50 pips, and the ATR is 14, so you have a 3 times of ATR profit and target. That's a good move. But this big pin bar shows that the sellers and buyers sometimes do a kind of a stupid reaction to the movement, and you can't expect that you have a safe stop loss. Be careful when you put your stop loss, and do not put a very big trade size. Just keep it small. But in the daily, as you can see, you can't get a very good signal. There is no trade at the moment. The market's kind of going down in a channel, but this going down, it's gonna take any trailing stop or stop loss you have. I can't get any good signal out of this trade, out of this trend. So Australian dollar, Singapore dollar, I think we can have a good signal here. The Fibonacci retracement of the pin bar that formed at the 3rd of July here showed that the market moved back down to touch the 50% of this pin bar, and it's going up. So that's one signal we have used, we needed to show that the market is kind of at the low and it's trying to move back up. The second one is that it did make this higher low, but it couldn't do the higher high previously. So it's trying, kind of struggling to make a higher high. Probably this Friday move showed that the market is in favor of going up, changing direction. But we have to wait until the market closes above the resistance line, this line here. This is zone. So these two lines, if the market closes above this zone and it's strong enough to poke through this zone, we can have a good signal, and we know that the market trend has been changed by this channel here. This is kind of it's the same. If the market breaks through this zone and this channel line, you will have a very good trend change direction. I don't have any signal at the moment, but if you go to the H4, you can see the market has moves, very beautiful moves up and down, and you can get very good signal. So it seems that this move is out of steam. The market almost close to the top of the previous high, and it's not wise to get a buy position at the moment. You should wait. At least the market is gonna retrace back down or changes the direction in this H4 time frame. So stay away for probably first 2 days to see what happens. Now we come to New Zealand pairs. New Zealand USD. We had 3 strong days going up. The market was moving upward. We had these higher lows, higher highs. So it shows that the market's going up this move, and hopefully it's gonna have another higher high in the same way. If you draw a channel line here, so then your next target is gonna be around top here. You have another 80 pips. It's not double the ATR. ATR is 52 pips, so you're gonna have a very tight stop loss if you like to get a trade, because the 52 pips movement in one day, you have a trade with more than that, and the pip value is very big. It's 14. So 50 pips 14, you want to have a very big stop loss. So you make sure your trade size is very small, and so if you lose the trade, you don't lose much. But be careful. If you go to the higher time frame weekly, you can see that the market's been fluctuating up and down. You don't have that clear signal at the moment, and the market is in the channel here. That's the bottom and high of the channel. So that's what I'm saying. You have an opportunity to trade another 240 pips in the probably next 2 months, but in daily time frame, your target's gonna be less than 100 pips. If you take a trade at the start of the move, like after this candle formed, the Wednesday candle, yeah, that was good. But at the moment, I don't think the market's gonna move much. So during the past 3 to 5 moves, if you're good at picking up the reversal, the top and bottom, yeah, you can get very good signals. But it's not a good time. Make a list of these things and just wait another week maybe for this pair to work out. New Zealand JPY is the same, but this time the market is almost clearly in the up direction. The market closed above the moving average, came back down on Wednesday, touched the moving average, and it's going up. So this shows that the market is in a very good uptrend, and if it breaks the resistance here, let's see this time, which it did on Thursday and Friday. The Friday movement was not very clear. It showed that the sellers and buyers are almost in the same power and controlling the market, but I think the market's gonna go up because it has these higher lows and higher highs. So the market trend has been changed, and we're gonna have a very good trade. Zoom out. Target is the move's gonna be almost to this level. So we're gonna have a very beautiful 160 pips profit, which is about 3 times of the ATR. So if your system produces signal, you can enter here a buy position. New Zealand CHF, that's the same movement as well. As you can see, we have a kind of head and shoulder forming, and the market came back down, touched the moving average, and it's going up. It's the same as New Zealand JPY. New Zealand CAD, it did the same thing as the previous pairs, but it's also should be careful that it's still under the 21 moving average and couldn't break through. So the market didn't make the higher lows and higher high in the previous pairs. It's still making lower lows and lower highs. So in this pair, we have a still downtrend and we can't get a signal. But the good thing is that market is slowing down, it's gonna go up. So if you trade with the small resistance breaking, like this line here, maybe you have another one close to this one if the market breaks this resistance line in the next week. somewhere in the midweek. But the movement are getting smaller. As you can see, the move here was very big, and this one as well, but this one is getting smaller, and this move is probably smaller, and the market's gonna go up, hopefully in the next 3 weeks. So we can't get very big target. If you enter maybe in the lower time frame H4, you can get, yes, you can get very good signal, inbox signal in this time frame. But in the daily, the move is not gonna be very big. So your target is gonna be very small. But in the H4 or maybe H1, you have very good trades. Have Canadian dollar pairs. Here we have very beautiful trends. Let me put this. You can see we have trades and made a high. It's a little bit lower high. So the market is kind of trending down. We have this channel, small channel forming. Yeah, I think it's time to get in. We have this big pin bar here. Not a pin bar, but this big wick at the top of this candle. It shows that the market is trying to go down. I don't enter at the moment. It's like a previous time when the market closes below the 21 moving average, and if the movement shows that these two moving average is gonna cross, you can enter here as well. But at the moment, you just wait. You see this small resistance line here. Okay. If the market closes below this line, you can enter. But if not, just wait until it does. Can't confirm the move. Still, we don't know what's going on. The market's gonna go up or just gonna go down again. But we have very good choppy move here. So you can get very good trades. And the ATR is 45, but the movement is about like 200 pips. So that's like 5 times of the ATR every time it did move and start in the opposite direction. So if the market moves again, probably it's gonna go down another 150, 200 pips, and we can get a very good profit in this pair. CAD JPY is the same. We had this big pin bar at the beginning of this year, and the market is moving in this channel. So the market is almost close to the top. It didn't touch it, but it showed some signs that it's gonna run out of steam and it's gonna move back down. The only thing is this small retrace, a small trend that is forming in the lower picture. It shows it whenever this breaks this line, we can enter. So at the moment, we just wait. Either you get a very good signal with your system, or you have a big pin bar or something like that, or you just wait until the price breaks this lower side of the channel, this lower resistance line, and then you enter. So far, we don't have a clear signal. It's just market has been chopping during the past week. These 5 past candles, market just didn't do anything. It went up and down. The CHF-JPY, this one is making the higher lows and higher highs. As you can see, for the past 3 times, market did that, and for the past 2 weeks, it made this higher low again. So if it keeps doing what it was doing for the past 2 months, it's gonna make a higher high. And if it continues with this trend, you can see that you can have a very good profit, probably about under 50 pips, which is about more than 3.5 times at the ATR, 44 pips. So if you have a good signal, I mean, these two pin bars, these two big wicks, show that the sellers are still trying to push the price down. So we don't have a signal, but if the market have a very clear signal on Monday or Tuesday, very big candle upward, you can get a signal here and have a very good 150 pips profit. So the last 2 pairs that I'm gonna analyze are silver and gold. This is silver. I think the price of the silver is, they're gonna press it down because it's getting to the half of the second year, and the next year it's gonna be the America's United States presidential election. So we just wait to see what happens in this pair. At the moment, the market moved up, touched this the previous high here, and it's kind of making this flag. So I think if next time the market breaks this flag upward, we can get a very good signal. And it's gonna be very big move, you know. The move is gonna be, let's measure it. Up to here is about not 82 pips, but because the pip value is very big, that 82 pips is gonna be very huge profit for you. So if we wait until the market breaks this top of this channel or top of the flag, if the market closes above this flag, maybe it has a very small retracement back to the flag again, or some of these big candles, like big wicks. So be careful about your stop loss, but if it does that, you can get into the trade. So this small line is your entry signal. If the market closes above this line, you can enter into the silver very safely. And the gold is moving the same. As you can see, we had this channel here that broke. As I said in the previous video last week, the movement was about 1220, so 1220 pips, and the market moved almost the same, 1258. So if it does the same thing, you have this small channel here. It's a flag. You can see that, right? It's pretty clear. So after the market broke the previous flag, the pole of the flag is 930 pips, and the market's gonna go up another 930 pips upward. So when the previous move took about 3 weeks. So if the market breaks the top of this flag, it's gonna move almost the same as 3 weeks. As you can see, we don't have a, I'm gonna go to the weekly, that's clear. The first resistance that we have is this line here. So as we said, the pole of this flag is about 900 or 1000 pips, and the distance between the price at the moment and the top of the flag, as you can see, is 1100, about 1000 pips. So that's the target that we're gonna move in the next 3 weeks if the market breaks the top of this flag. Okay, that's the big if there. So wait until the price moves above the top of the flag and closes above that, and then you can have a 900 pips profit. Very safe. And gold. I love gold. I have very good trades in the past 2 months, and the profit is very big. So yeah, this was for today. I hope you enjoyed analyzing. I hope you enjoyed my analysis as well. It's very simple to analyze the market. Just zoom out and look at what moves the pair has been doing for the past probably 6 months to 1 year, and you can expect to see the same moves in the same direction. That's how I just look at the market. If you need some indicators, I use moving average MACD the same as everyone else does. So it's very easy to analyze all the pairs in like half an hour. You don't need that much time. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment section below. And if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice week.